You gotta leave now, it's time to catch the wind. You will climb up high and look through the clouds. And when you're feeling low, I know you'll bounce back. Oh, and just remember, I will be there for you, baby. Remember, there's nothing out there to get you, don't forget it. When life throws lemons, just come. Just come. Just come. Just come.
Welcome to sunny Southern California, night number 2 of the Cali King Super Late Model Series presented by the All-Pro Sim Super Late Model. He's Corey Bodnott. I'm Tony Trapasso. Thank you so much for making this part of your Monday evening. And Corey, bull ring action here tonight at Irwindale. Definitely going to be a change in pace from what we saw last week.
Yeah, it's same track, just using a different configuration. We're using the inside infield.
The 3rd mile bull ring, if you will.
And if you notice, there are no walls other than on the outside of the corners.
And those straightaways are wide, spanking open, so lots of room to make passes stick.
Yeah, but you got to be very careful if you get stuck on the outside. You don't want to be pinched all the way up into a wall on a corner entry.
Yeah, those tire walls kind of suck if you hit them. We've seen a couple guys already have that adventure tonight. And, about a minute left. Let's take a quick look at the standings coming in tonight. Again, King of Cali Series, night 1 in the books. And there you see your current point standings for the series. Robbie Kennerly, by virtue of finishing up front in both races, currently leads the points. Grayson Ward, Jeremy Bingham, Brandon Wilkinson, who's your defending series champion, I might add, currently sits tied for 3rd with Bingham. Weston Ward tied for Eric White for 5th. Nick Freiberg, who, again, another past champion, currently sits in 7th. Not too far out right now. It's still, everything's still up for grabs here on night number 2, as those are the 26 drivers that did make both 75 lap features last week. So, and you and I were doing the math earlier. Looks like everybody that has showed up for night number 2 is going to make the race tonight, as I'm counting 24 haulers in the parking area outside of turn 1. So good sized field here tonight. I'd say just about perfect for this size track. I wouldn't want to see any more than what we've got here tonight. So definitely going to be some tight confines here on this 3rd mile bull ring. As there goes the hot lap session. Here comes solo qualifying. The way this is going to work is everybody's going to make the feature with only 24 drivers making the call tonight. And the way this is going to work is when you qualify, they're inverting the top 12 for the first feature, and then depending on how you finish the first feature, they're going to invert the top 12 again for feature number 2. As we're watching Kelsey Rogers right now, He's getting ready to go on the clock. On the clock, lap 1 for Rogers. Goes third quick. Alex Papini sets quick time, 14:08. And we were seeing a lot of hot shoes cranking them off here in the practice session. I'm wondering who's going to be the first one to go sub 14 tonight, because a lot of guys were flirting with that, Corey.
Well, 2 of them did hit a 13 in the practice, and there's our first 13, Anthony Danta.
Not a big shock there, because Danta knows how to get it done on a tight track. And where they place these cars for qualifying, I have no idea. Jeff Dillon taking his flyers right now. And Jeff told us during the practice session that he just cannot get that Pontiac comfortable here tonight.
And Jeff will unofficially be in 9th as of now, pending changes.
Looks like Brandon Wilkinson may have negated both of his laps. We're going to have to keep an eye on that one. Weston Ward coming in tonight, second in points. There he is.
Deacon Smith coming out on the racetrack.
Sharp looking paint scheme for Deegan on that Mustang. And, it's like we were mentioning, you kind of have that yellow line to decipher where the track kind of is. You really don't want to get outside of that, or else it's going to be making corner entry very difficult tonight.
Deegan up to 3rd of a 14.101. See if second lap can be improved here. He gets close to that inside line and not going to improve. Actually going to fall back to 4th with Trent Smith hitting a second place lap time.
Trent Smith on a solid one. Brandon Wilkinson immediately to the top of the heap. Wow. That was a ripper out of your defending series champion.
Pretty much everybody has elected to either take their laps or not take them, and so Brandon Wilkinson pretty much safe on the pole.
And he had a strong run going on the half mile. Let's see what he can do this week on the 3rd mile. Already going quick time. See if anybody can knock him off, because we're still waiting on Ethan Wolf, Tristan Swanson, Nick Ryberg, Austin Danmore, and Rick Thompson Jr. to all present for qualifying, as Wilkinson taking some final hot laps here just to make sure he knows what that car is going to do. And now he goes into the launch zone. He didn't launch it. Kind of a glitch in the matrix here in iRacing, where to take you back to the hauler area where the pit lane actually is in the real world, those 2 juts in the track going into turn 1 and just before you go into turn 3 on the outside. Corey, a lot of fun can be had there if you get it right.
Yeah, absolutely, and how short of the track it is, you might see some more bumping and grinding than we seen last week. And you remember last week it was a topside dominant track that we thought of. This week it's going to be more of a bottom side until they flip it around on us.
Well, I mean, you're looking at the marbles right now as we're up here in the iRacing blimp, and you can see those marbles in turns 1 and 2 on the top side of your picture right now. You can see the heavy marbling on the outside of that black groove. Down in turn 3 towards the bottom of your screen, they've actually brought in a second lane tonight. If you'll notice, those marbles, they're right in the middle between the wall and that black groove where a lot of guys have been running. I think that's probably the smartest thing I've seen a league do, is try to work that second lane in early, because everything's carrying over from the practice session. If you can get some rubber laid down there late in the run, especially on whooped tires, that outside lane might pay dividends coming through 3 and 4.
Yeah, but you got to be careful. If you slip up and go too far up, you could lose the control of your car.
Yeah, and you definitely don't want to get into that concrete barrier that's there separating the track and the grass. Um, Last week, okay, I could see you getting into it. This week, you kind of want to stay off of it, especially uh, coming through four, because those tires that were there to protect the pit road wall last week, um, they will kick you sideways if you catch them on corner exit tonight. Still about 3.5 minutes left in the qualifying session. Still waiting on 5 cars to try to lay time here tonight. Again, strong field, Corey, and I was noticing during the practice session, like the top 15 were separated by less than a tenth. That's impressive.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know if you've had a chance to turn too many laps here on the short track at Irwindale, but it's definitely not an easy one to get a hold of, especially with the high horsepower super late models.
Tony, I don't race asphalt much.
No, but we still have a deep respect, both of us do, for short track racing, and that's what we're here for tonight. Going to be one of the shortest tracks we visit all season, and I received word that there's going to be a minor shakeup in the scheduling, as iRacing has been teasing us with Kern County for about 2.5 years now, and they still have yet to release it. Um, so next week's finale for uh, this series is actually going to go to Florida and Pensacola, to be exact. Five Flag Speedway. And hey, a short track's a short track, and I'll take any short track I can get my hands on. But I love me some Pensacola, Florida. But
Yeah, I mean, with going down to Florida there in Orange County.
absolutely, Orange County here with Irwindale, Orange County in Florida. Call it the King of Orange County instead of the King of Cali now.
Yeah.
I'll take it. It's got a good ring to it. Still plenty of time for these guys to try to lay times in qualifying, and taking a look at the weather conditions tonight, relatively calm. I will take this any day of the week. Is only about 2 mile an hour wind, pretty negligible here for sunny Southern California. Uh, about 4:15 in the afternoon, 85-degree ambient air temperature. We are right at sea level here tonight. 56% water grain in the air, not too shabby. Partly cloudy skies, 104-degree track temperature currently. And Corey, I have a feeling that's going to go down quick, fast, and in a hurry as the day wears on.
Yeah, absolutely. And that'll bring in a little bit more grip on these cars.
More grip, and the later this race goes, the grip's going to go up, and so is the aggression level. So you might want to wear a helmet. Even if you're in a simulator, you still might want to wear a helmet, because it's about to get fun. As just about done and dusted for qualifying. Defending series champion Wilkinson showing why he won the past two King of Cali tours, as 30 thousandths to the good over Anthony Danta in qualifying. That's impressive, especially as strong of a run as Danta put down. Smith right there, Papini right there, Deegan Smith right there as well. Matter of fact, you got 3 Smiths in the top 6. And there we go. Let's take a quick look at the first race of the night. Heat race number 1, Brandon Wilkinson setting quick time 13.973. He's going to be joined on the front row with Anthony Danta. Trent Smith and Alex Papini going to roll it off from row number 2. Deegan Smith and Gleason Smith starting side by side in row number 3. Eric White and Brett McCoy going to start it from row number 4. Row 5, going to go to Aaron Hicks and Ken Storkson. And rounding out the top half of the field, Jeremy Bingham and Jeff Dillon. Corey?
Tony, I think they aren't running this heat race. This is for like an LCQ type of deal.
Yeah. Well, that means that, yeah, we're not going to have anybody on track. So everybody did make the A main. So apparently we were going to try to skip this heat race. And with that, we're going to step away, pay a couple of bills while we try to get this sorted out. And we'll be back right after this.
What's up, guys? Roger Diebel, front tire changer for the 45 Alpha Prime car. You're watching Sim Racing Media. What's up, guys? Roger Debo, front tire changer for the 45 Alpha Prime car. You're watching Sim Racing Media.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, sorry for the delay here at Irwindale. Um, Remember what I talked about earlier during qualifying about iRacing glitches? Yeah, we just had one of those take place, and they're going to have to open up a new server for us. And Corey, all things considered, this is probably the best way to handle this situation.
Yeah, absolutely. After the little rain delay there that we had, and switching servers over is probably the easiest and quickest way to fix things.
Absolutely. We're just waiting for that new session to go up. So just hang tight for us here, folks, as everybody's scrambling behind the scenes to try to get everything sorted out and made proper like. With that, we are going to step away, pay a couple more bills. And the new session just went up. Got to figure out which one it is, though. Well, let's try this one. As we are going to step away, we'll be right back with you with the race intact.
Is going up, guys.
Which one is it?
It's still got an hour and 49 minutes of practice to go. The other one says closed.
The other one says closed?
Yeah, the first one says closed once I withdrew from it. Then this one that we're in now still says it's got an hour and 49 minutes to go.
Yeah, which unfortunately I can't see that on my end.
Can you see cars in the pits? Because we have about
I got
6
15,
in there.
15 in one and 4 in the other.
There you go. Go with the 15.
Okay. Let's do that then. And with that, we will be right back. And we are back at Irwindale. iRacing glitch now done and dusted. Just waiting to get through the little melee that we've got here to... That's going to be, well, what essentially is equating to a heat race, but we're going to skip through this as quickly as we can. And, you know, Corey, it's just one of them things in iRacing that happens, and you having a lot of race control experience, that's got to be a nightmare for guys in RC.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you can always get that one person that does not listen to your entire speech of do not grid.
Yeah.
You can say about 5 times, and there's going to be that one driver that still does it.
You mean like Trent Smith just did?
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Exactly like Trent Smith just did, and hopefully, oh no, I hope it don't mess up again.
Well, what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to jump down and tell them to send Trent out to actually take the green, and then just EOL him. So if you want to jump down to DMS and let them know that that's going to probably be their best bet to get through this as quick as possible.
I'm not sure how that would work.
Well, because somebody gridded, they actually have to complete a lap before you can advance the session.
I'll go shoot him that idea.
All right. So Smith is going to have to... He gridded and then jumped back to the pits by mistake. So he's the only one that actually is eligible to go out on track for this heat race. He actually has to complete a lap for us to be able to advance through the heat race.
I think they got the message.
Let's find out. Otherwise, we're going to go through this mess all night long. Okay.
Look at the pace car speed up. Oh no.
Hey, more power to him, man. Yeah, he gets the hell out of the other way pretty quick, doesn't he?
The little car can move.
Right, absolutely can, and because of how it's got to exit the track, it's got to get across the start-finish line before any race cars can cross it, or else you're going to get a black flag for passing under yellow. Again, another one of those iRacing glitches that everybody's just got to deal with. Luckily, since the last time I was able to compete here at Irwindale, they have sped that up. And we are just waiting to see if they can get Trent out on track now. While we're waiting, let's go back to the commercial break. We'll be back with you in a moment, folks. Back at Irwindale. And all the festivities now done and dusted. It's time to light the fires and smoke some tires here as we get ready to kick off. The first 75 lapper here for the second week of the Cali King Super Late Model Series. Ed Pompano going to start up on the point. Brett McCoy in second. Gleason Smith and Zach Coyer, row 2. Jeremy Bingham and Deegan Smith in row number 3. Jeff Dillon and Anthony Danta rolling it from row number 4. Trent Smith, Kelsey Rogers, row 5. And by virtue of setting quick times, Alex Papini and Brandon Wilkinson going to roll it from row number 6. Corey?
Then you have Matt Vade in 13th, Aaron Hicks 14th, Eric White, Rick Ward, Kenneth Storkson, and Steve Wright. That's your 18 cars.
All right, here we go. We'll get ready to turn them loose. Lights are out on the iRacing pace car. It's the 01 of Pompano going to have the button. Field working its way down the back straightaway here, 1/3 mile around this joint. The only thing that's left for me to say is, it's time to wipe the visor and adjust the 5-point harness. Grandma, grab the sunscreen because it's time to get it on in sunny Southern California. Race fans, it's show time!
Look at this spread out already a little bit. Down in turn 3, almost thought about 3 wide. Oh my.
Well, they are 3 wide back around Anthony Danta right now. And they finally get that sorted out real quick as Trent Smith wisely jumped on the binders. Jeff Dillon making some headway right now as Pompano continues to show the way. He's kind of got that single filed out a little bit. With Gleason Smith.
Dillon around.
Dillon bringing out. No, we stay green. Because he spun into the infield. Let's go back and take a look at what did happen with Dillon. You see him working the inside of Danta. And it looks like he may have just gotten a little too aggressive on the loud pedal. Oh, okay, that's what happened. 3 wide and around she goes. Definitely no bueno.
Yes, is that an infield deception? You're racing in the infield of a big track and he spins to the infield of the small track.
Yeah, I'll go with that. It's McCoy making a bid for the lead right now. Pompano caught on the outside. Danta up into 3rd as he's slugging it out with Jeremy Bingham. 2x2, and they're looking to make it 3 wide as Pompano's starting to fall back a little bit. And here comes Bingham.
Gotta imagine the tires are gonna wear a little bit more this week with how tight the corners are and how much steering input you gotta put into one of these super late models. On the outside, you just cannot really hold it off like you were able to last week. You see Pompano maybe trying to work a little bit of rubber down up on the second groove.
Yeah, and that's the problem with going to a new server like this. Is they didn't get that second lane worked in yet, like they had in the previous server. So, definitely you can see just how much wheel Jeremy Bingham in second place is having to put into it right now. Let's go back and take a look at Ed Pompano, who's caught on the outside, and he's putting a lot into it too because there's no grip out there. And then you got to get into a real sketchy situation where they call it a loose tight condition where the back end will just snap around out of nowhere because you've had to put so much steering input into it. And Corey, that's a nightmare when it happens.
Yeah, absolutely. You see right there, Brett McCoy in the lead. He's starting to put a little bit of a gap on Jeremy Bingham.
Don't look now, but after starting 12th, Brandon Wilkinson's already into the top 10 pretty deep. He's +4, sitting in 8th. But take a look at Alex Papini in the 39. He is currently sitting +6 in 5th.
So a couple of movers throughout the field, and not to mention Kelsey Rogers as well, right behind Papini, up from 10th.
Rogers been strong all night since they unloaded the cars for the practice session. I mean, and this being such a short track, you've got to be spot on for all 75 laps, or else you're going to go to the back quick, fast, and in a hurry, and then you got to climb through the field again, and nobody wants to have to do that more than once. Battle
Yeah,
for
and like
second.
see that battle happening between Danta and Bingham. If Bingham gets past, the best bet for him to do is try to find a hole in the bottom. And right now, I would just check up, let Danta have the spot and take away third. He's going to try to fight with it. Now would be the best opportunity to stay in third and not drop any more spots if he can.
Well, he's running.
Oh, and caution is out. Never mind.
Eric White's around. And he did not go to the infield. He actually spun it to the outside. Let's go back and take a look at what happened to the 6. Looks like he may have had a little bit of help with his, and they're beating and banging on each other right there. He gets under the 5 of White. Oh! To borrow your phrase, oh my. Gleason Smith just annihilated the 6. Let's watch that again.
Hard to lick for Eric on the driver's door.
Yeah, this is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt badly. And you can see the brake rotors on the rears already glowing on these cars to try to get them to initiate that turn. And here we go. Swoop, bang. And that Toyota is one hurting unit right now. As we are just waiting for the pace car to peel it on off. Lights are already out. McCoy going to have the button from the bottom lane. Bingham hanging tough on that top side. McCoy jumps on it. Here we go. Danta didn't get rolling like he wanted to, and he's already under heavy pressure from Alex Papini.
Got them side by side for a second right now. Danta, Bingham still going at it for P2. Papini there lurking though. Bingham can't get back to the bottom. He's going to drop back like we've seen with Ed Poppenhill earlier in the run.
Oh, that just opened the door for Papini. Or, sorry, opened the door for Deegan Smith. And it's going to give Bingham a reprieve, at least for now, is now Papini caught on that outside lane. And here comes Wilkinson flirting with the top 5 already.
Yeah, Wilkinson, your quickest from qualifying, trying to move his way up to that top spot. Just right now, a little bit stuck in traffic. You can't really pass when they're too wide like they are right in front of him. He's got to be patient, wait on the outside guy to start falling back, and you're at least guaranteed a free spot there unless there's a caution, of course.
Absolutely. Is right now Papini digging for his life. As Danta, Papini, and Wilkinson all tied right there.
Oh,
Danta's around.
This might not trigger a caution. Depends on how slow he comes up, and we're good.
We are good.
Papini Smith out of the groove.
Deegan Smith just got shuffled quick, fast, and in a hurry. And here comes Vady out of nowhere.
And what happened to Rogers? Rogers just dropped all the way back. Did he get a slowdown?
I think he did, trying to avoid the spinning Danta. He went lower than he should have, and got a slowdown. Oh, we're still beating and banging. That's a 6 Eric White. Still slugging out.
Yeah, remember White was involved in that wreck into the tire barrier.
And he's already back up into the top 10. White looking real strong here tonight. Damaged car and all. Wow. And we're not even at the halfway mark, Corey.
We're just a couple laps away from halfway, and everything up at the front really got shuffled around. You still have Brett McCoy out front, Brandon Wilkinson second, Alex Pipini third, fourth right now is Matt Vade, and fifth is Trent Smith. So, you know, other than your leader, everything really got shuffled around there.
It absolutely did, and this field's gotten pretty strung out. At the top of the field, the big battles are going on back here for 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th, and 12th. As that is Jeremy Bingham leading Ed Pompano and company. Bingham in the 17, Pompano in the 01, Eric White in 6, the 15 of Deegan Smith, and then you got Gleason Smith and Kelsey Rogers all right there. All it's going to take is one person to have one minor hiccup as... let me take a quick look at something here, and I could have sworn I saw... Oh, no, that's Aaron Hicks in 6. Okay. Eric's on a good charge right now, too. And you take a look back at the front, Corey. Wilkinson is steadily reeling in McCoy. And you can just see just how cherry red those rear brake rotors are on the 56 right now. And we're under caution.
Second caution of the night.
And I don't have it. Take a look towards the tail end of the field, see if we can spot it here. I don't have it.
I'm trying to see it.
Okay, that's what happened. I think. Let's go back and take a look here. As Danta and Steve Wright are running each other pretty hard right here. Danta trying to pick his way back through this field. And they get into each other going into one is what it looks like. Oh, no, it did happen in front of them. It was up in front of Zach Coyer. It looks like it may have been...
Gleason Smith. Smith versus Smith.
Yeah, let's go back and take a look at what did happen to the 5 of Gleason. He's got the 34 all over him. It's Kelsey Rogers. Oh! Okay, that's what happened. There it is. And the 15 was going to get a slowdown anyways, but the caution flag comes out. Everybody's got to slow it down. It didn't look egregious, but it definitely, that'll wake you up.
Well, anyways, here we go. In the restart zone, McCoy gonna get the good launch.
Wilkinson elects to take the inside lane to follow him through. Vady caught on that outside. He's gonna have to get down quick. And we're back under caution just like that. Oh no, Jeremy Bingham. What happens to the 17? He had such a good run going too. The old adage, cautions breed cautions. Keep your eye on that black Pontiac there. Oh! Jeff Dillon, nowhere to go. Oh, sorry, that's Ken Storkson. Ken checking in the live chat during the break there. But, yeah, that's not healthy.
No, Aaron Hicks just getting sideways, getting into the back end of Bingham, and then hard tire shot.
Look at the front of Storkson's car. That thing's a mess.
Yeah, that's what will happen when you hit the tire of another vehicle.
Yeah, he just...
If it was a demolition derby, that would have been a good hit.
If they would do figure 8 race next week, which would definitely get my attention, you'd see a lot more of that. But if you center punch an axle with the front of your car, yeah, that's going to make a long night even longer. As we are currently working lap 48 of 75 here tonight. Race number 3 of the King of Cali series. First race on, first 75 lapper here tonight on the 3rd mile bull ring in the inside of Irwindale Speedway. He's Corey Bodnott. I'm Tony Trapasso. Thank you so much for making this part of your Monday evening. It is our pleasure to bring you this great action for the All-Pro Sim Super Late Model Series. Season 4 of this year, as the winner of this pace car picks it up. We're going single file. McCoy gets going. Wilkerson goes with him. Vady able to hold off the Peonies. Everybody single filed out. This is going to make things a little bit easier. Pompano under heavy pressure from Kelsey Rogers. Oy. And here comes the 6, Eric White, back into the top 10. Good on you, sir.
But don't look now. Look at this. We got a battle for the lead. Wilkinson underneath of Brett McCoy. Remember, he started back in 12th after the invert. And he'll officially be scored race leader that time around. But don't look now as well. It was Matt Vade in 3rd. He started back in 13th, up the 10 spots.
Just missing the invert, but still following Wilkinson through. And it's a little bit of an accordion effect right now as some guys want to go a little bit. Oh, contact! And Vady's into the wall. I was just about to say there's some guys that want to go a little deeper than others into the corners, but you've got to be mindful of those around you as that Thunderbird has got its beak broken.
Thunder chicken.
So let's watch what happened here. You're going to see Vady and McCoy. There they are in the 1 and the 7. And the 69 of Papini is going to get into the back of Vady going down the back, right there. Just bumps him, and Vady, man. McCoy tried to back the corner up, and just Vady had nowhere to go. Jumped on the binders when so much rear brake bias just sent Vady around, and Pompano finished him off by sending him out to the outside wall. Dang. We had a good run going.
Cautions breed caution.
Yeah, 20 to go in this one. And your defending series champion here in the King of Cali, or Cali King series, looking to punch his ticket into the playoffs this fall by winning here. Lights go out on the iRacing pace car. Wilkinson, Papini, Smith, White, Rogers, Coyer, Pompano, Dillon, Danta, and Storkson, your top 10. What a recovery drive for Anthony Danta, already back in the top 10.
Here we go. Wilkinson on the loud pedal once again. Papini with a little bit of a bump. I'm letting Wilkinson know he'd rather have the lead more than he does. Papini under pressure now from Trent Smith. This is battle for second. Down here in turning 1.
And Smith's all
I
got to
like
deal
it.
with Eric White and Kelsey Rogers right there.
Yeah, I was about to say, Eric White, strong recovery after being sent into the tire barrier, and that don't help matters as he gets a little bit of tire smoke coming off the left front of his car.
Well, it's got a lot of left side damage. He's got to be real careful there as he's getting into Kelsey Rogers now. He thinks that Rogers might be holding him up as we've got a battle back here just inside the top 10. That's Jeff Dillon and Anthony Danza going door to door. Slugfest for 8th. Danta with the preferred inside lane right now. Danta trying to pinch him down and not give him the run off. And then Danta's sending it. There's not a lot of rubber laid down on that outer lane, and Dillon's got to be careful. You dip too far below that little, well, I would call it a dull stripe because it's just been run over so many times that paint is almost gone. But there is a stripe there, and if you go more than half of the car over that stripe, iRacing will give you a slowdown penalty. But right now, the battle is for third as Trent Smith and Kelsey Rogers going door to door. Rogers with the advantage on the low side right now. Smith giving him all he can handle, though, trying to hang on that second lane. And here comes the 6 of White.
Absolutely hammering here in the final 10 laps. Eric White just trying to get as far up, maybe steal away a podium after that wall hit, the tire barrier hit. And 4th for Eric White. One more spot for him to get to the podium. Oh, gets in the back of Kelsey Rogers. He's hungry.
He's very hungry right now, and he's got to be thinking Rogers is kind of holding him up a little bit as Rogers is holding his line. You know, Kelsey Rogers running a very conservative line, but a strong line. And, you know, White is going to have to get real aggressive here. He's going to have to move White out of the groove. White's going to have to move Rogers out of the groove in order to get by him. And then has to worry about, you know, Trent Smith getting to his door at the same time. 6 to go here. Brandon Wilkinson leading by over a second now. Papini, Rogers, they're all right there. Battle for 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. Right on top of each other. Oh! That's a fine how do you do. Handshake lap, and oh, there it is. Go back and take a look at what happened there. These guys are just beating on each other. As they have caught Papini. Papini's struggling right now on the old tires. And the 3 is just going to get into the 6 there. And then just finishes them off. Just one of them short track Saturday night deals. The question is he going to have enough time to do it? He's restarting back there in 17th. I don't think he's got the time to do it. You know, to get up there and make anything really happen here. If he can get to 12th, he'll be okay because they are going to invert the top 12 here for the second 75 lap feature here tonight. But Wilkinson started 12th, runs in first, plus 11 right now after setting quick time in the qualifying session. Your defending Cali Kings champion has the button here as we are going into overtime. As Kelsey Rogers venturing to the outside. Papini going to slot in second row inside. Here comes the 13 of Zach Coyer. Gambling huge to get back up in the front of this piece. Question is, are we going to get all both laps here for this green-white checkered finish. Pace car is off the racing surface. Wilkinson jumps on the loud pedal as soon as he possibly can. Kelsey Rogers and Alex Papini going door to door for second place. It's going to let Rogers get a little bit of a gap on him. All they got to do is get back to the start-finish line for us to do it. And we are officially racing back to checkers, Corey.
Yes, we are. Wilkinson right now strong, as long as no mistake down here in turn 3. It's the battle for second. The Papini versus Rogers. Who's going to be able to hang in? It will be scored as Papini's position by 3/100ths of a second. Wow.
Actually, I got Rogers.
iRacing shows Papini.
Yep. Papini by 3/1000ths of a second. And let's get right into it as we take a look at the starting grid here for the A feature. Oh no, we're in the warm-up. I stand corrected, and see if we've got anybody here in the... Nope, we do not, unfortunately. None of our podium there.
Oh, there we are. We got Papini.
He's not in the Discord server.
Hey, he is.
Hey, he is! Alex Papini. Tony and Corey up in the booth. You got a copy on us, sir.
Loud and clear.
Talk us through that run as just clawing away at it, hammer and tongs there in the closing laps.
Yeah, it was that's a heck of a place to have to start outside the top 10 at, but no, actually I don't. The seas just kind of parted there at the beginning. Got up just about the top 5 in the early laps, and they were slicing and dicing. I think the 7 spun out the 1, and I couldn't really get checked up in time, got shoved into it, and we got some damage from that. It felt like that did hurt the car a little bit, but restarted on the outside next to the leader, that second to last restart, and we've been running third gear at this track all night. I think I had something for him, but I shifted all the way to fourth and didn't realize it till the middle of the back straightaway, so I got it right back in the correct gear, and it was kind of tough getting back down to the bottom. Got back down the bottom, was kind of reeling him in a little bit here and there. I could hear my lap times. I was, about a half a tenth faster than he was, and then, finally just boiled the right front off it, trying to catch the old 56 there. He's fast. That was a fun race with Kelsey Rogers at the end, but I'll take a second at this place any day.
And how much is this bull ring on the infield here at Irwindale? How much does that feel like home to you? Being from Rockford Speedway?
Well, actually, our track is high banked and fast, and we run around the top. So
right.
This is about the opposite of Rockford Speedway, but it is a little bull ring. Actually, a different track that's right near us up there was Jefferson Speedway, and 3 and 4 at this place kind of reminds me of 1 and 2 at Jefferson. I think I got something figured out over there. I just need to save that right front tire a little bit better here in the second race, and I think we have something for him. We can even when the car was real tight, I can still cut it in 3 and 4. So just try to keep the tires on a little bit better this next race, and hopefully we'll be right in there.
Well, unfortunately, you're going to be starting inside row number 6 after finishing second place here in the first 75 lapper. How difficult do you think it's going to be to try to pick your way through traffic?
Well, that's where we started at the first race, so hopefully figure. It goes as good as that one did at the beginning.
All right, best of luck to you, Alex, and hopefully we're talking to you in another 75 laps.
Yeah, looking forward to it. Thanks, guys.
And Corey, if the first race that we saw is any indication of what we're about to see, these guys learned something there. And, they're going to get this figured out. They're going to get it sorted out. And be straight with you, it's about to get fun.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be a fun little do-si-do around this third mile track.
And of course, my live timing and scoring hates the warm-up session. So,
What do you mean?
my graphics just basically called me an asshole. 1 second, I will bring that back up. There we go. About 5 minutes left here. Is some guys trying to make some last-minute adjustments. Danta, Dillon, Stortson, and McCoy all out there, or all have turned laps here in the warm-up session, trying to get these things sorted out, trying to make sure that they've got the cars lined out for the final 75 lapper here tonight. As we were mentioning, the finishing order there, as we are going to invert the top 12 here tonight. Taking a quick look again, that's going to put Ken Storkson on the pole. Jeremy Bingham, who started outside row 1 in the first feature, is going to start outside row number 1 in the second feature. Hopefully he's got a little better outcome than he did, getting sent to the back there twice, and still able to give himself a good starting spot here in race number 2. Thank you so much for making us a part of your Monday evening. He's Corey Bognut, I'm Tony Chapasso, and you are watching the All-Pro Sim Super Late Model Series. Night number 2 from Irwindale. Second week of Twin 75s here, and one of the most hallowed grounds on the West Coast as far as short track racing goes. And, I say this every time we go to a track that has done it. iRacing, you have scanned enough drag strips inadvertently. Can you please give us one that's got a timing system on it? Taking a look at Anthony Danta here. Had a great run going until it wasn't. I don't mean to sound flippant about that, but it's kind of the way it was. Gonna bring it pit side. Deegan Smith out there as well. And you can see the marbles really starting to get heavy. And they haven't really worked that second lane in like they did in the first session we were a part of. And I kind of think that might have hampered a lot of guys' performance in that first feature, Corey.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of things to learn out of that. Like we heard from Papini, you gotta save your tires a lot more than we did at the bigger track around here, and patience isn't gonna be that much of a virtue as we've seen definitely in Heat 1 or Feature 1 there. Feature 2 ought to be a little bit more aggressive now that everybody knows what their car can do and how hard they can push it.
Yeah, there was a lot of guys that used that first race as a learning tool. May have figured out. I mean, we heard from Keeney say he went too hard too soon and just smoked the right front tire and just could not get the car to do a lot in the closing laps. Was able to eke out a second place finish over the 34, but this second 75 lapper, it's the average of the finish between these two races that are really going to indicate the points coming out of here. As we take a look at the points coming into tonight, you see Robbie Kennelly, who is not here tonight, currently leads the points. Grayson Ward, I don't see him in the field either. Jeremy Bingham is your highest running person that did start. Brandon Wilkinson and him were tied for third. And by virtue of winning the first race, Wilkinson is going to have the advantage going into race number 2. I mean, Wilkinson picking right up where he left off last year for this series. Looking to come out of here with his ticket punched into the playoffs there in the fall. Weston Ward is
Yeah, Ward not even here.
Yeah, Ward's not here. No, neither of the Wards are here tonight.
We have a Rick Ward.
Yeah, but it's Grayson and Eric that are running up there. Rick's down in 17th in points, but this is going to improve him. It's going to help Alex Papini. But Weston Ward not here. Eric White is going to gain some spots. Ryberg is not here. Kelsey Rogers is here. Jeff Rogers is here. Tristan Swanson is not here. Danta is. Steve Wright is. Coyer is. McCoy. Gleason Smith is. So there's going to be some big shakeups coming up here in the next week or so in the point standings. Speaking of Gleason Smith, there we see him there on track right now. S&W Boat Works Chevy Camaro. And there goes the warm-up session, and here comes the starting grid for the second feature on the night. Ken Storkson going to start up on the point. Jeremy Bingham joining him on row 1. Matt Vady and Ed Pompano going to start from row number 2. And we saw Vady and Pompano both have strong runs there in the closing laps. Anthony Danta going to start inside row number 6. He's going to be joined with Deegan Smith. Give Danta some clean air and watch what's going to happen. Jeff Dillon, Zach Coyer rounding out the top half of the field in row number 4. Corey?
We have Trent Smith 9th, Kelsey Rogers 10th, Alex Papini 11th, your feature 1 winner, Brandon Wilkinson in 12th, Aaron Hicks, Eric White, Brett McCoy, who led early on in feature 1, Rick Ward, Steve Wright, and Gleason Smith, your 18th and final driver here.
As we get ready to turn them loose here for the second 75 lapper. And it looks like Vady is going to take pole position.
Yes, Kenneth Storkson taking an EOL, same with Wilkinson getting an EOL as well.
Not sure exactly what's going on there.
Not sure on the Wilkinson situation.
There's a bonus point.
Oh,
if you take the EOL, it's bonus points. If you take the EOL in race 2 after winning heat race or race 1, you get bonus points for passing everybody. As the pace car gets ready to pick up some speed, the only thing left to say is it's time to wipe the visor and adjust the 5-point harness. Grandma, grab that sunscreen because we're still getting it on in sunny Southern California. Race fans, it's showtime!
Still the Noah's Ark out of turn number 2. Vade on the inside of Bingham for the race lead out of turn 4. Who's going to get officially scored as your leader? It is going to be my Vade.
You do realize I'm going to steal that from you, Corey.
What?
Calling it the Noah's Ark. I like that. I'm definitely stealing
we're
that.
under yellow.
Rick Ward and Zach Coyer having issues in turns 1 and 2. Let's see what happens here to the 034 in the 13. Leaning at each other right there. Ooh.
So Coyer getting a little bit of help from a 34, and then the other 34 nowhere to go.
And Kelsey Rogers getting into Coyer, and Rick Ward nowhere to go, just guessed wrong, and boom. Just like that, we are under caution 1 already.
I like to call a double 34 slammeroo.
And tag team action here at Irwindale Speedway. But it's going to put us under caution 1 here. Working lap 4, and Bingham had the nose out front when that caution flew. So he is going to have the button this time. Vade going to start, well, we're not sure where, because they do have a choose cone in effect here tonight.
He might choose the outside. But if you look at Bingham on the left front fender already has significant damage. Not sure where that would have came from. Maybe a little bit of rubbing from Vade.
I dare say that's what it was. As you can see, a little bit of a wow in the right door of Vade's number 7 there. And it kind of matches up with where Bingham and him would have gotten into each other. We don't see any donuts. But then again, these Hoosiers aren't known for rubbering into a paint job like the Goodyears are. And here we go. We're going single file. Bingham looking to get a good getaway. Jumps on it. Vade goes with him. Danta, a little bit of sleep at the switch there. Very uncommon for the 51 there. As Pompano holding strong right now. Everybody getting single filed out pretty quickly.
Still all single file, like the Oregon Trail around here.
Yeah, pretty much. Just hopefully you don't get the dysentery that they had to deal with. I said it. Anthony Danta, new fast lap of the race so far. 14.17 as he runs in third right now. It's going to be a big points night either way for Danta, as a lot of guys around him were not here tonight. And, he's going to gain points regardless. As, Kelsey Rogers, what just happened? Caution flag is out, and this is the reason why. You see both the 34s run a stem to stern right there. Rogers in the 34, the blue one. Rick Ward being scored as the 034 in the white and green car, and just a little too aggressive on the loud pedal. And Rogers gets it completely sideways coming off of 4. And just like that, we are back under caution.
So Bingham's still up front. Vade second. Danta, your top 3. And just keep note of the key drivers. Papini has made his way up to 8th. Wilkinson hasn't been coming through the field like he did in feature 1 quite yet. He's only moved up 1 spot to 11th.
Yeah, the thing is we haven't had more than 1 green flag lap to really let him make some moves. But it's going to get harder from here, that's for sure. As he's got Eric White up there with him. Aaron Hicks has been strong. Papini is there. Trent Smith has been strong all night. So
I lied about that. I guess Wilkinson did take that EOL, so
yeah,
by all theory, he is up 7 spots from where he started.
Exactly. As lights getting ready to go out on that iRacing pace car. And Corey, have we figured out what that thing is yet?
I don't think anybody's figured it out. I don't think anybody else is going to figure it out. Look at this. A lot of cars electing the inside row, and Deegan Smith going to move himself up to row number 2 on the outside.
Matt Vade electing to take the outside, but keep your eye on that 051 of Anthony Danta. It's as far forward as he's been in quite a while. And Bingham has the button. Pace car is in, and here we go. Restarting on lap 15 of 75 here tonight from Irwindale. And they're leaning on each other in 2 already.
Got to be easy with that lean on each other. As Deegan going around, and big hits and big lick for Brett McCoy as well.
McCoy just hit the flag stand. Let's go back and take a look at what happened here with Smith. There you see him outside second row. Getting heavy pressure from both the 01 and the 39 of Papini. Pompano just gets into him just a little bit. Papini finishes him off. The 6 smacks him around. As McCoy also gets put into the outside wall just past the flag stand. Let's take a look. Let's go on board with McCoy and see what he saw. You see him beating and banging there in front of him. He is right behind the 6 of Eric White. There it goes, and bonk. just catches the hip check from Deegan Smith and really nowhere to go, no way to react. Like that, we are back under caution. 19 laps in the books. We're getting ready to put 19 in the books anyways. And this just in, Kelsey Rogers has put it on the hauler early.
Oh, no.
Yep, that the 34 has said no mas.
They're going to delay this green flag by one more lap, so get timing and scoring situated at the back.
As you do.
Electing the inside. Vade elected the outside. Look at this, Jeff Dillon. Now moving up to the second row.
Dillon's got to try
Jeff
something. Dillon and Vade, the two league admins here. Thing I'm going to have the button, though, is everybody just testing and see what type of grip they've got. Making sure they're in the right gear for the restart. Pace car picks up the pace. It bails out, coming off of turn 4. Bingham has the button, jumps on the loud pedal, and we are back underway. And here comes Danta with a good start. Danta trying to make some hay early here.
Just got to remember, we ain't even a third of the way through this race. You got to be wary of how you push your car and put wear into those tires. As Danta is being real aggressive over the inside of Vade. Can he hold on to second place?
Well, the thing is, Vade's being real aggressive on the outside.
Yep. As caution is out. Might have been Stork involved.
Let's see what we see from up here behind the sky. iRacing blimp time. Oh yeah, that was Storkson. Let's go back and take a look at what happened to the 57 here. Got the 39 to his inside. Oy, he and the 13 had a meeting in the minds, it looked like. Still on board with Zach Coyer. Already sideways and just, yep, that Tegrity Farms number 13 just sent him. Here we go. Pace car getting ready to peel on off. There it goes, and here we go to put lap 27 in the books. Bingham squares the corner off, pulls the trigger, and hesitates a little bit. Almost caught Beatty asleep as Danta and Papini door to door.
You see Vade being real aggressive, gets a little shove, and oh my, who's that around? That's a black and green car. It is Trent Smith. The DRW Transport number 3 going around.
Take a look at what happened with the 3 here. There you see him, fourth row, inside lane. They're beating and banging back there as the 01 of Ed Pompidou almost got turned. The 039 Aaron Hicks is being real aggressive. Dillon sideways off a 2. And it's Wilkinson.
Yeah, Wilkinson helped Trent Smith around.
Let's watch this again.
They're going through the wall.
Yeah, that's definitely I mean, the aggression level is getting turned up because we're closing in on halfway, and you're running out of time to get up there. Is Dillon sideways? 6 is sideways. Okay. Yep. Wilkinson tried to dive it down. The only thing is, Trent Smith wasn't clear yet. See how race control is going to handle that one.
They have told Wilkinson to take it to the back of the field here.
So he's started with an EOL penalty. He's back with an EOL penalty. Last car on the lead lap in 16th. As the lights go out on the iRacing pace car. And apparently there's some shenaniganry going on here. Pompano did not want to let Vady in line. Pace car picks up the pace, though, and it gets off the track. We're about to go green. Here we go. Bingham, Vady, Pompano, Danta, and Eric White rounding out your top 5 as we currently sit. As Deegan Smith works the inside of Pompano for 8th right now. And just look how heavily damaged the front end of Smith's car is already.
As Smith, that damage from earlier when he got spun, the Fusion setup shop car just not looking too healthy right now.
You are not wrong, sir. But everybody getting single filed out, playing nicely so far. Wilkinson trying to pick his way through this field again. He's now working the backside of Gleason Smith in the 5. At 56, I don't know if he's got enough time to get up there, especially if we continue to have the same number of cautions that we've been having. Right now, here we go, battle for the lead.
That may be short-lived as we got a car around at the back. It is the 57 of Kenneth Storkson.
Let's go back and take a look at what happened with the 57. He's back with the 13. Those guys have already had one meeting of the minds tonight. A little bit of an accordion effect there. Pompano jams on the binders. Storkson nowhere to go. The 13 couldn't react quick enough, and around goes Storkson. Well, poop on a stick. Again, I want to thank everybody for joining us in the live chat here tonight. If you haven't done so already, feel free to give this video a thumbs up. Lets us really know that you like what you're seeing, first of all. But secondly, it really does help share these videos around the YouTube universe. The more thumbs up a video gets, the more likely it is to be shared on someone's homepage when they log into their YouTube. While you're there, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on bell notifications so you don't miss a single moment of action here on Sim Racing Media. As we do have racing again 7 nights a week. This is race number 3 of a triple header tonight. We've got a quadruple header on store for you tomorrow and another triple header for Wednesday. You don't want to miss a single moment of action. Hey, Corey, I know that you tune in, when you're off the clock as well, just to see what you missed. And we've got some great leagues in this channel.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of good leagues out there for everybody to watch. Between NASCAR series and short track series.
And we've got three or four super late model series now with these guys and the SCL group both running lates and super lates. I mean, we do have a lot of NASCAR related content with the top 3, the trucks, the Xfinity, and the Cup Series, but a lot of talented drivers just stacking these fields every night of the week. 7 straight nights a week of racing here on Sim Racing Media. And hit that subscribe button and help us get to 3,500 subscribers, will you? we've had a great couple of years of growth here, and we want to continue that into the future as we're back underway. Bingham, Vady, Poppy, Papini, and Danta all running stem to stern right now. Eric White knocking on the door. Jeff Dillon right there as well. Brandon Wilkinson already back, even with the board of where he was supposed to start before taking the EOL for extra points. Currently running in 12th, working on the back door. Steve Wright for 11th. 30 laps to go.
Still Vade trying to catch down Jeremy Bingham. He's been chasing the back bumper of him all night in second feature. Probably getting a little frustrated with not being able to make a pass. Every time he attempts one, there's usually a caution gets thrown out.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, he's just trying to hang on right now. But, you know, these guys are picking him up and laying him down. But how about Alex Papini? You know, finished second in the first one, sitting +8 in third right now after starting 11th. I mean, Papini's got a real strong car tonight, and so does the 6 Eric White, I should say. As White sitting +9, Papini sitting +8, and Brett McCoy in the 1 is sitting +7 right now, back there in 8th. Who says you can't pass at Irwindale?
Irwindale enter. Irwindale infield. That's what it is.
Pretty much.
Now just trying to get through the laps. 25 to go, 2/3 of the way through this last feature of the night. Bingham, he is getting all sorts of pressure from behind Vade. You gotta wonder, when does he make a bump and run? And if you do, make sure you leave Bingham to where he's gonna drop back a whole bunch of spots and not be able to get back to your back bumper.
Well, I mean, the thing is if you get Bingham up out of that groove, he's gonna get freight trained. With as tight as those top 6 are running right now. There it is. There it is. There was the chrome horn that Vade needed. They're leaning on each other. Still beating, and Bingham's around.
Oh, and no caution. It's going to hurt both of them. And this moves.
It's going to hurt all 3 of them. It's going to hurt all 3 of them as Papini was caught there too.
Oh, boy. What a turn of events right there. That moves Danta to the race lead. Eric White in second. Jeff Dillon now in third. The Fusion Setup Shop driver Deegan Smith in fourth. And Vade all the way back to fifth. And he has Papini, who's probably not as happy with him right now, right behind him. If you're Papini, I mean, that hurt you as well.
Oh, it did. And Papini's probably ready to start kicking puppies at this point. He had a great run going. But, I mean, just this front of this field, now we're seeing what happens when you give Anthony Danta clean air. Look how much he's walking away from Eric White right now.
Yeah, Danta strong right now as your race leader with the clean air and really no troubles of having lap traffic in front of him. And first lap car is Rick Ward, but he's all by himself down here in turn 4. Other than that, the next lap car would be...
Ward's being scored as the final car on the lead lap.
Yeah.
So all 17 drivers that are still in this piece are still on the lead lap. But for how much longer? Is there 17 to go, and Danta is reeling in Ward hand over fist. And Vady making a move on Smith right now.
Vade trying to make the move to get back up to the top 4 over Deegan Smith. Smith needs to try to hold on the outside. It's very hard to do so around this track as it's not quite... It's just such a tight radius that you can't hold it off. And you see right there, Papini going to get around Smith. Smith having all sorts of problems on the high side.
These guys are just beating on each other as we're 14 to go. And Vade trying to hang on for 4th. And don't look now. I just saw that there he is. Back into the top 10. for the second time in this race. Brandon Wilkinson, your defending West Coast Swing champion, currently running in 7th, working on the 034. It's a lap car of Rick Ward. And he's got Aaron Hicks, who's been aggressive. Oh, here we go. Papini on Vade. Vade's got problems.
Yeah, Vade getting pushed up to the outside of the groove. He's going to have Aaron Hicks to his inside, and if he's not careful, Brandon Wilkinson with the big recovery right there with Hicks. Wilkinson could still walk out of here with a top 5 as we have a little under 10 to go here, 9.
Currently 9 to go. Anthony Danta showing the way, and he's got about a half a second clear of Eric White. Jeff Dillon back there as well. And then the battle's really raging on behind Alex Papini as it's Hicks, Wilkinson, and Vade just going after each other.
Vade not liking how his bump and run occurred. He is putting the bumper to about anybody that passes him now.
Well, he's frustrated, and he knows he's got a fast car.
Wilkinson, can he recover to the top 5? He's got one more spot to get by. It's just so hard to make a pass here unless you do exactly like how Vade does and you bump him out of your way without wrecking him.
Well, that's the
or
thing
you
is
just stick to the inside.
Wilkinson, if he can get a top 5 with the win and another top 5 tonight, that's going to give him the points lead coming out of here.
He should have the points lead either way, even with the 6th place that he's holding on right now. You see him, he's really sending it deep down into the corners, trying to make up any kind of ground on corner entry over Aaron Hicks. But in front of them, you got Papini trying to run down Jeff Dillon for a podium.
You know, Danta, White, and Dillon, your top 3 right now, as we are 3 to go. 3 is the magic number here at Irwindale. Popsicle sticks in the air for Anthony Danta. Now 2 to go as he's got a second to the clear over Eric White. There is Eric. And what a recovery drive for him after just eating hot garbage in race 1. And White sits plus 12 right now. And there is the battle between Dillon and Papini. White flag in the air. Corey, bring us home.
Danta nice and clean out of 4. He'll pick up the win. Eric White 2nd. Dillon going to hold on to Papini for 3rd. Papini 4th. And Aaron Hicks holds on for 4th. Wilkinson, good recovery, just not enough for a top 5 and 6. Nice. Good run there out of everybody.
Absolutely. Matt Vady coming home in 7th. Deegan Smith in 8th. Brett McCoy and Gleason Smith rounding out your top 10 as we are just waiting. Danta's already put it on the hauler as some of these guys are playing in the infield. As take a quick look at our feature finishing order. And let us start as we're waiting for Danta to get into here. I have no idea who these people are.
I see Danta.
Is that Danta?
That's Danta in 51, yes.
All right, then. Corey, I believe you've got our race winner with you now.
Hi, Anthony. You got a copy on me?
10-4, I got you.
Well, man, you might have had a little bit of help there to get to the lead. But talk us through how your race went and how you're able to get this win.
Yeah, the first race I had a shot at it and just got bumped into the wrong spot there running 2nd. And that race there, the restarts at the end, the last restart when it was double file, I spun the tires and gave up 2 spots. And I felt like I was faster than him. I was starting to pressure Alex there. I know he was trying to get by Matt. And like I said, sometimes it's better to be lucky than good. And I'll take luck. It's been a long year of 2nds and 3rds. It's nice to finally get a win.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You're winner here in the Irwindale infield. I don't know. Well, how was the tires? Did you have any problems with tires?
The first race, I had a little bit lower steering ratio, and about halfway through, I was really tight. So I bumped up the steering ratio for this one. It seemed to help, but like I said, I got lucky there, and me and Eric were able to get a pretty good gap, and I was able to just manage and make smooth laps, and I didn't have to race hard, so that helped save the tires also.
Well, it's a good thing there to keep the tires underneath of you. You got the race win. You got anybody here you like to thank?
Yeah, just like I've said the few times I've been able to do this is thank the wife for allowing me to come in here and race while she takes care of the two kids out there for 3 or 4 hours on a Monday night. So if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be able to do it. And then all you guys, Matt and them for putting the league on, and you guys for broadcasting. I appreciate it.
There you have it, folks. Your race winner here at Irwindale Infield. That's Anthony Danta.
And joining me now, the guy who came runner-up here in race number 2, Eric White, your biggest mover at plus 12. Congratulations on a podium, sir.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Man, I feel like I passed 12 cars about 6 times, just front to back, getting spun out there a couple times. But all in all, not a bad race. I'm just glad to finally finish one up front.
Talk us through race number 1 when you had a meeting of the minds going into that tire wall at the entrance of 3. How bad was the car hurt then?
It was pretty tore up. It hit flat driver's side. Any little bit of damage on these cars hurts pretty bad, but I was able to, since it's a small track, aero doesn't hurt as much. I was able to just kind of push through and miss a couple more wrecks and make my way back up front. But it's tough. Any damage you get on these cars is hard because everyone is so close on speed.
Yeah, absolutely. But Eric, this is definitely going to help your case in the point standings coming out of tonight. What are your thoughts going into next week? As I believe we're going to Pensacola, Florida, and 5 Speedway.
Yeah, that's another one of them tracks where everyone just seems to be so fast at, and there's just not a whole lot of give and take. It is one of my favorite tracks to run. I believe it's the most fun, produces good racing. You could work the outside. The goal is same as any other week. Just try and keep the nose clean, keep the fenders on it, and come out with the best finish possible. Usually, if you do that, you can end up somewhere in the top 10 with a decent finish.
All right, Eric, congratulations on the podium here tonight for night number 2 of Irwindale. Who helps you get it done on the number 6?
Oh, yeah, I got to thank everyone back at Reliable Recovery Services, my girlfriend here at home, allowing me to do this on Monday nights and come mess around. Just all my friends, everyone I come race with, that race hard against, race clean. And, of course, everyone that puts on the series, all the admins, Matt and everyone, do a really good job with trying to keep it clean and keep it going in the right direction.
All right. Eric White, congratulations. We'll see you next week in Florida.
Appreciate you. Thank you.
And Corey, I believe you've got the biggest sandbagger in the league with you now. As we talked to Jeff Dillon before the race, and he sounded like he was more out to lunch than he wanted to be, but 2 top 5s in both races. Jeff Dillon, Corey, take it away.
Hey, Jeff, you got a copy on me?
10-4.
Well, Jeff, podium finish here at the infield of Irwindale. Just talk us through how your race went. How you able to get up there?
Luckily, after the first race, hit the invert pretty good there, and luckily just take advantage of other people's mistakes. I try to save my tires a lot more in this race. That first one, after I got spun out in the infield, I was just dogging it because I was mad, and I heated the tires up too much in this race. I was trying to pace myself better and try to make it car turn a little better towards the end of the race, and it worked out good. Luckily the race ended when it did. Alex was running it down pretty good there, so I was struggling there the last 5 or 10 laps.
Well, either way, you were able to keep it held down and kept calm. You got anybody I can thank tonight?
Oh yeah, thank you guys for on the broadcast. I know tonight we had a little hiccup there and had to make a little adjustment, but we got it worked out, so we'll be all good for next time. And for all our admins, we put in the work, try to keep things straight, and all our drivers. pretty small track. Even second race had a few more yellows. We won it. Still pretty clean. So it's all the guys who support the league and come every week, and hopefully next week keep on having these decent runs.
There you have, folks, your third place driver. That's Jeff Dillon.
And Corey, I don't think we could have asked for much better action than what we saw here tonight. On a track that is notoriously difficult to pass on, we saw a lot of guys making some aggressive moves, but they did it cleanly. That's the part that makes me so happy about this league.
Yeah, absolutely. It was an exciting night. 2 good races. The first one a little bit cleaner than the second one, but overall they kept it entertaining out on the racetrack for the fans out there.
Yeah, absolutely. And, be sure to join us next week as we do take it to Irwindale. And, we take it to Five Flags from Irwindale. And, it's going to be a slugfest. You've heard the guys say that you can run too wide there. And there are multiple grooves, so it's not just going to be a bottom feeder or a top feeder line. You're going to see some passes being made. But everybody's just so quick at Five Flags because anybody with a late model, they want to run Snowball Derby, and that is the best of the best of the best super late model drivers across the country. And you really have to bring your A game every time you unload at Pensacola.
Yeah, absolutely. Next week in Florida should be a good race as well. The track is iconic for racing, and it'll be exciting.
And again, take a look at the finishing order here tonight. Anthony Danta, Eric White, Jeff Dillon. We just spoke to those 3 gentlemen. Alex Papini almost podiumed in both races, coming home in 4th here in race 2. Aaron Hicks running out your top 5. Good recovery drive for him. Brandon Wilkinson, after going to the tail twice, coming home in 6th. So he should come out of here with a point standing. And then running out the top half of the field, Matt Beatty, Deegan Smith, and Brett McCoy. Corey?
And you had Gleason Smith, Trent Smith, Ed Papineau, Jeremy Bingham after a tough break, Kenneth Storks and Zach Queer, Steve Wright, Rick Ward, the only car 1 lap down, and then Kelsey Rogers after calling it quits early on will finish back in 18th, 64 laps down.
That is going to do it for us tonight. Be sure to join us tomorrow night here on Sim Racing Media for some great action. We've got a quadruple header in store for you. You're not going to want to miss a single moment of action, so hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications, and you don't want to miss a single moment of action here on Sim Racing Media. We've got great racing 7 nights a week and double, triple, quadruple headers in store all week long. He's Corey Bodnott. I'm Tony Trapasso, reminding the ladies and gentlemen that until we get a chance to meet again, do us all a huge favor. Don't play in traffic. Good night and God bless.